Hi, hello everyone. Good evening. If you can see me, you can hear me, just say hi. Type hi in the chat box so I will know I'm not the only one on this live, LinkedIn live. If you can see me, if you can hear me, just say hi. My name is Sesi Hundeyin, and this is Rosemond's LinkedIn page. Yes, I know, but I'm here to moderate a conversation with Rosemond. It's titled We have a LinkedIn Live. We're discussing corporate governance for Nigerian startups. Yes, that's a legal topic, and it's a pre-event discussion for the corporate governance for Nigerian startups masterclass. If you're happy, if you're excited, can I see you say hi? Can I see you say yay? Can I see you with your emoji in the chat box? Okay, let me see the comment sections. Okay. Oh, I can see hi. Thank you, marvelous. Thank you, Theophilus. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're live. My name is Sesi Hundeyin. I'm a lawyer and I practice in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm also reaching from Lagos, Nigeria, and my specialty is real estate and construction law. I'm also known as Investor Jamie on LinkedIn. So I'm a storyteller and I tell lots of stories on real estate using the character I call Investor Jimmy. You can call me Investor Jimmy. I can see Dolapo, yay, Maji. I can see Nosa. I can see David. Welcome, guys. Please share this post with your friends on LinkedIn, on WhatsApp. Just tell them to join in. We're about to have a conversation that's going to bring so much value. If you are a startup founder, you work in a startup, you intend to start up a startup very soon, you're a lawyer, you just have an interest in the startup space generally, then this is the place to be. In the next 30 to 40 minutes, we're having an amazing conversation that is absolutely going to blow your mind away. Let me know where you're hearing us from. If you're in Lagos, if you're in UK, if you're in Canada, just type it there. So I'll know I'll know where you're joining us from. I'm in Lagos, Nigeria, and it's a rainy day in Lagos. It's been raining all day. It's been raining, even it's still raining right now. Oh my God, but it's been a wonderful day and a very great weekend, and it's been awesome. So let me know where you're reaching us from. Marvelous, where are you? Oyin, Nosa, David. So Rosemond is going to be joining us soon. I'll bring Rosemond up now in the next 1 minute. You all know Rosemond as a startup lawyer, also skilled in tax law, and she has a passion for advising and providing legal services to startups for them to grow and for them to scale their businesses in Nigeria. She's very experienced and she has in her own goodwill and in her thoughtfulness, decided to organize a 2-day masterclass, which is tagged Corporate Governance for Nigerian Startups. Oh, Marvelous says Lagos, Nigeria. Awesome, awesome. David is in Port Harcourt. Oh, nice. No size in Lagos. Awesome. Amazing. Nice. Welcome, guys. Oh, Peter, my guy, Toronto, Canada. Amazing. Good to see you. How is this summer now? Yes, summer in Canada. How is it going over there? Welcome, guys. So Rosemond will come up now. We'll have this conversation about what you need to know about Nigerian. Hi, Rosemond. Good to see you. In the red dress. Is it red or pink
Hi,
dress?
hello
How are
everybody.
you doing?
Not bad, not bad. Network is dealing with me, but it's okay. I'm
Well, we
alive,
move.
doing
We
good.
move. Welcome. Good to have you
Yeah,
here. So I'll not keep our
thank you
audience
very
waiting
much.
anymore. We'll just dive straight into our discussion this evening. So, like I said earlier, this is a discussion that it's a pre-event for the main event that happens on the 8th and 15th of July. That is the corporate governance for Nigerian startups masterclass. So, Rosemond, I
Yes.
know you, and you know me, and we all know you. But can we meet you? The brief version, not give us the long version. That was a brief one, like the 1 minute or 2 minutes.
Wow, wow, wow. Hi, Peter. Oh my God, it's been ages. My
You know Peter?
goodness.
Do you know
Of,
him?
of course. I think
From
I
where?
don't know. I don't know whether you knew him before I know you. I knew him before I knew.
I'm not
No.
sure. Maybe
From
that was like
student days, like
we
hundred.
are law school bodies, law school set, law school, any
No,
campus.
so I knew him before law school, right? I
Oh,
knew him.
okay.
Hi,
All right.
Musa. It's good to see you. So good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so what was the question again, please? Who am I?
Want to meet you? Want to, yeah,
Wow.
you want to know you? Yeah.
Okay. So, I always say this wherever I go. I'm an energizer. That's who I am, right? I just happen to be a lawyer by training and a corporate commercial attorney by passion. So, law is very wide. Law is very vast, but I'm a trained legal counsel. I'm an attorney. I am very, very, very passionate about corporate and commercial and business law, right? But I'm an energizer, so I like to bring energy wherever I go. So when people say, "Oh, Rosemond," like, yeah, she has energy, yeah, because I know that's kind of like how I'm wired, right? So yeah, very short. I don't want to bore you. If you want to know more about me, please read my LinkedIn profile.
It's plenty. As we say, Nigerian fellas, our Opa is Opa is plenty. That's a good response. So I see that you have this passion for startups generally. You post about it. You do work about. I mean, you do work in that space. You even have a startup of your own. Amazing.
Yeah,
You have co-founded the startup. So
yeah.
what? I know you from way back from 2016, and that time we are not in this space. You are well commercial, but in a litigation firm. So how did
Yeah.
you get into this space of startups, tech startups, compliance, corporate governance? How did it happen? Because someone out there might be asking himself or herself, how do I transition from where I am now to the next
Mm-hmm.
level, or what I really want to do? I'm not there, but how do I transition? And this is not only for lawyers, for everybody out there that's in that journey right now. They might need your story to inspire. So tell us, how did that happen?
The transition was wild, very wild, because I served. I was an associate in the law firm of Mr. Olatunde Adejuwe SAN. That was one of the best things that could have ever happened in my career journey. And I say this to everybody when starting: please serve somebody who knows what they're doing. Right? You may not be in the top five firms, but serve somebody who is very intelligent and has the capacity to provide the kind of foundation you need that will shake you, give you work. So 2016 to 2020, I was in the firm. I handled all sorts of stuff. Like you said, it was a commercial litigation firm, but I did criminal matters. We're doing a lot of AMCON matters. We did a lot of insolvency matters. So literally, I was thrown in. So like you said, I didn't drop from the sky saying that it was startups, right? It happened. So sometime in 2019 into 2020, I knew that I needed more from practice. I knew I needed more as a lawyer. I knew that I just wanted something different. Not that I wasn't doing well, not that my firm wasn't doing well, not that I wasn't being treated amazing, but I just sensed there was a shift. And COVID happened apparently, right? But in 2019, I will try to summarize. I'll be very fast. A friend of mine reaches out to me and says, "I have this idea. I have this project in my head. I want to launch this product. I want to launch this, and I think that you'll be the best fit to it." Summary was he had an idea for a legal tech platform that enables people sign contracts automatically, that enables people do this change of name services. You know, when women get married and they want to do the change of name without
Yeah,
stress,
yeah,
submit some
yeah,
information. But the point was that lawyers will be on the back end of the app, will be delivering the services,
yeah.
but of course, we'll be delivering it, and it was something that we wanted to do. Lots of things. So 2019, I was thinking, God, is this something I want to do? Is this something I don't want to do? So I was still working, so I didn't quit. But I said, okay, let's see how that works. And I said, okay, yes, by February, we're already planning on the strategy and how we're going to launch and all that. And I had no idea of what building a startup was like. So so I remember that there was a competition that happened. These Netherlands, the Hague Institute for Innovation in Law, in 2019, they organized a pitch competition for justice innovators. So people who were building tech platforms to solve justice problems, right? So I went to that event with no
Mm.
single knowledge of what pitching meant. I had no idea of all those things. I sat in the auditorium and I heard people pitch, and I was like, wow, like people are literally creating this stuff. And the winner won, I think, 19,000 euros or something. It was a huge sum. I was like, so there's even money in this thing. You get. So I was like, wow,
Nice.
you can solve, create problems, you create solutions, and you can actually,
Make
raise funds,
money.
and you can deliver such impact. So that passion just came, and then we started building. February, I said yes. I became co-founder in the company. We registered the company. We got a software person. By July, we had started negotiating with our team. We had built a team already. We already had somebody who was going to be handling the platform. And then by October, we had a web app already. We had delivered and all that. Then the story goes a little bit sad from here, because in December of 2020, I lose my co-founder, right? He passes on. So imagine me being left in that, just having come from that amazing high, and just wow, like this really happened. And it really hurts me, because it was just like we are literally incubated and birthed something together. So I took, like, everybody will see that. If anybody will always hear me talk about him. His name was Anthony Chibata. We're in school together, and without him, I don't think I would have broken into the world of tech or startups, because he was like, he saw what I didn't see. That's the summary. So 6 months after he passed, I just went deep dive into the world of entrepreneurship. I was reading books, I was attending classes, I was applying, because as I already had a startup in my hands and it couldn't fail, right? So I was applying for programs, I was applying for innovation competitions, I was applying for grants. I was just pouring myself out there, reading everything I could, took courses on Coursera, went to take I was literally just voraciously consuming knowledge. I was reading articles, I was reading textbooks, I was reading tech newsletters. I just poured myself into the entire thing. In June, there was an announcement by the NBASBL, that's the Nigerian Bar Association section on business law, where they were calling for people to pitch their tech ideas. I was like, okay, let me apply, and I did. So I was the top 15, then I was top 13, then I was top 9, then I was top 5, right? And then the real pitch day happened, and I had to present the app, I had to present the software to the judges. And summary was, I think the first grant money was about $5,000. The second prize was like $2,500. The third grant was like 1,500. So we came first runner up, and there were only 3 positions. So that means that I just realized that, I have something here. And that went on, right? And of course, if you're not a founder, you cannot carry division like the founder. So
Yeah.
literally we had to pivot, and a lot of restructuring happened. But the summary was that that experience that's what helped my transition. So it was
Wow.
easy for me. When COVID happened, that was when everybody just suddenly realized that the world is interconnected. Remember when
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hosted my first event with Frank Ramos in
Famous.
2020?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like, literally, like, LinkedIn was now like, I was like, there's something here, there's something here. So I was
Yeah.
hosting events, I was having events, I was doing a lot of things. So I was meeting new people. It was just really amazing, and I knew that was a shift. So I left my firm with goodwill. In fact, I had a huge send forth party, because literally,
Wow.
like, I left on very good terms. And
Mm.
from there on end, I started, building this thing. And then I realized that I needed some more structure. And by the grace of God, I literally got an offer to become partner in another firm, Baker LLP, where I
Woo!
stay, right? So I got
Wow.
that offer, and that offer came with so much flexibility to still build whatever I was doing on the side. So there was no clash. So summary is, I'm a partner in the
Mm.
firm. I run a consultancy for startups now. Yes, Marvelous says she remembers the Young Lawyers Mentorship Series. So yes, I
Absolutely.
kept having events. Yeah,
Yeah.
she remembers, right? And then right now I find myself consulting for startups, because I understand the pain builders and startup preneurs or business owners go through. I've been there, I've
Amazing.
lived it.
Amazing.
I know the
That's
conflict,
that's
I know
that.
the pain. So thank you.
Yeah. No, no, Rosemond, that story, as I said that, I have from your LinkedIn profile, we cannot optimize our profile, but there are certain things about us, our story, that
Yeah.
it can't contain a profile. And you know one thing that I learned from you, I didn't even know this, is that you usually jumped on an opportunity that you were not even sure about. That means you were curious, you were open to try something new, and you did not say I can't do this. You are willing to go through this process of uncertainty, of learning, of development, and let me see what will come out. And someone is telling me that you are the best fit for this thing. I've never done it before. I mean, that for me speaks to young
Um,
people having an open mind. You might have a startup and you want to do this kind of product. You have the other one is saying, I see you doing this. I mean, just having the point to say, okay, if you see me doing it, let's see how it goes. I mean, let's try it.
yeah,
And if you had said no, I don't think you'll be here today, really. So
I
if you're out
wouldn't.
there, you won't be here today. So I think that for me, the point is that let's learn to at times just take opportunities and just try it out. Give it a shot. If it doesn't work out, you can always go and do what you've been doing before. And if it works out for you, amazing. Because growth starts from where you start doing something you're not used to doing before. And I mean, that's an amazing story. Well done, well done, well done. And I could see that your way of voice lights up at the whole startup thing, the whole thing. I want to ask a question now. What is that thing you can say about startups and corporate governance that you can say that this is that benefit, that I'm a lawyer, I've built a startup. I can tell you that being a practitioner and being a founder, I've tasted best of both worlds. There's something unique when you have corporate governance. Can you tell us what's that sweet spot? What is it? I mean, what is this word, the corporate governance? What is the buzzword? What is it? You want to know?
In fact, that's such an amazing question because, like you rightly said, I have lived and I am still living both worlds. In the world of a lawyer, I am learning what the law says, the regulators, and in the world of the business owner, I am having to apply what the law says. So when you put those two dimensions of myself together, it gives me a broadened perspective as to what the typical business owner is confused about and what the typical lawyer cannot see that the business owner is confused about. So, typical example, I have a network of 80 to 100 startups that I have worked with or spoken to or consulted for. And
Wow.
when they think of lawyers, and I remember saying this when I was opportune to sit on a panel session with Mr. Osaritin Gobedia, who was driving the implementation of the Startup Act. I said it to everybody who was in the room. I said, startups do not think lawyers are necessary. Let's tell ourselves the truth. They do not think that getting legal services or they consider lawyers an unnecessary evil, if not an
Wow.
unnecessary expense. So the
Wow.
only time a lawyer becomes necessary is if they want to sign an investment deal or an investment contract with somebody and they just want somebody to look at the terms and see that it's okay, right? Or they have a dispute and then they want to sue, or somebody wants to sue them and they're like they kept running. So a typical business or a startup founder is thinking of, we only need lawyers when we are in trouble. Nobody is thinking that a lawyer is a foundational piece to the growth of my establishment, or being able to understand the laws that govern what I'm trying to build as a business. I need a lawyer to help me get that done. So this is what I had to do. I had to throw away this high and mighty garb of no clients must come to my office. If they don't come, then I'm not going. I had to go and look for it. I say, guys, are you aware that if you are not paying attention to A, B, C, this is what because I've lived it and I've walked the path, this is what is coming for you in future. You would start having conversations with investors, or you would start needing to enter into some certain level of contractual agreements with third parties. And because you are not thinking from within and you are not thinking from a place of perspective, you end up signing documents that would harm you future down the road. I'll give a typical example, and I say this everywhere. I was sitting on a conversation with a company that wanted to raise funds, and they had opened the company, they registered in Nigeria and everything. But the nature of the kind of contract that they wanted to use to raise those funds was such that was contrary to the Company and Allied Matters Act 2020 that governs companies in Nigeria. So they had to go and register their business in the US. If
Wow.
not, they would have literally contravened a particular provision of the Company and Allied Matters Act. How would they have known if they did
Wow.
not carry a lawyer along in the process? So what I did was that, look, I do a lot of
Obvious.
training. I do a lot of, there's a series I host called Startup Compliance Series.
Hmm.
The essence of the series is that, guys, you need to see these blind spots that you cannot see, because every startup founder is focused on, I want to launch, I want to scale, I want to build, I want to raise series A, I want to raise series B. But you don't understand that before the launching and scaling happens, the structure happens, and that is what corporate governance is about. What is corporate governance? Corporate governance simply means, how is your
Hmm.
organization run in compliance to the laws that are on ground? If I'm going to explain that to a 5-year-old, I would say that when you come into your house, your daddy and mommy tells you that it's not good to do this, it's not good to do that. What are they doing? They are showing you how the house is governed. So as a company, there are certain rules that regulate how you should do business. No matter your industry, there are laws that govern you. You must be aware of those laws. You must have a system in place that allows your company to comply with those laws. And then, three, you must have a sustainability plan. That means if you walk away from that establishment today, the company can run and will not default on anything. Why? Because you've set the structure in place. That's what corporate governance is about. And it's so broad, it covers so many things, but I'm not sure I will be able to touch everything with this particular answer, but that's what it is.
Wow. Wow. Man, that is like, that's like a class on its own. Master class,
Yeah.
that's the good. You see why I should be in that class. You see why you should attend that class on the 8th and 15th of July. Can you
So,
see? Well, I agree with you that foundational aspect of a business is not selling the product or the service, but ensuring that the laws that says you can do that business, you're not running foul of the law. Because if the law says you are running foul of the law, you're already dead as a business. So how do you even know? That is where
yeah.
Rosemond comes. Rosemond is an expert in knowing, like in Lagos State, there was a popular startup we all know. I won't mention the name, that they came into Lagos, they are into mobility, they are already making traction. And suddenly, government just said that, okay, you know what? We have this policy of transportation where this kind of bikes cannot operate on our road. That was an existing law that was in place before this startup came. So how did they come into the state? How did they even start operating in the first place? And the law was there. The law was there, passed by the former governor. I mean, the governor before the current governor, not the governor now. The governor, it was
Mm,
passed by the governor that was the three governors before this governor. I mean, the governor that left before, and they still came into the state. They are doing business, raising funds, doing series, and suddenly they had to just go off the market.
shut down.
That is an example of what happens when you think that corporate governance or legal services is a necessary evil. It is not. It's the foundation of your business.
Yeah.
You're not there to take away your customer. You're just there to help you stand, help you run, help you grow. But how do you know it? Because you're bored with so many things,
Yeah.
managing your vendors, managing your staff, managing a lot of things. So you have people that to tell you this is what you need to do. So Rosemond, you've spoken so well, and I really value all the points you've raised. I can see Natalia is saying that Rosemond is the energy goddess. Oh my god. Rosemond is energy, she's an energy queen. Like when I met Rosemond, just say Rosemond wants to do want to have a knowledge sharing seat. Can you moderate? She'll be like, yes. Not natural. So you're right. Mama else is saying, I remember young lawyers mentorship says, yeah, that was during COVID. Anthony may so rest in peace. Oh yes, amen. Rosemond with the energy, great one. Oh wow. Marvelous says a lawyer is a foundational piece to the establishment of a business. I agree with you, 100%. Nosa says, wow, so much value already. I agree with you, Nosa. And Marvelous says again, corporate governance gives the structure. That's awesome, guys. Thank you. Your comments coming. And very soon we'll have time for questions and feedback. So just stay tuned and hang on as we keep chatting about this amazing topic. So, Rosemont, now, I see you posting lately about the last 4 weeks about this masterclass you're doing for corporate governance. I'm wondering why masterclass? You already have clients, you're already growing the practice, you understand this business. So why are you organizing a master class? You are a busy person, you have a law firm you manage, you speak at events, you moderate. So why master class? I mean, is it that you don't have anything to do or what? What is the idea? Why? Why? I'm always about why. Why did you
Mm.
decide to do this? Why?
I love that question. So my why is this. I can come and give you pockets of advice here, pockets of advice. So for example, from January till date, every month I have had two sessions talking about startup compliance. We've talked about intellectual property, talked about cybersecurity, talked about data compliance, talked about corporate governance, talked about taxes, talked about expansion into foreign countries. There is nothing we have not talked about. And I realized that, it's very interesting. A lot of people come and it's free. It's not, it's there's no just come watch and you can watch the recordings and everything you need is there. But I realized this, for people to really get something, there's something that they call a learning threshold. You have to have an immersion into knowledge. Surface is not enough. If I want surface knowledge, I can easily go to Google and search what do I need to do to get A, B, and C. But if I sit down in an environment for 4, 5 hours and I'm learning these things, the impact becomes geometric. Why? Because
Yeah.
you are not just touching, you're not just, oh, I want to log in today, I want to log. You are sitting down in an environment and you are hearing the things you need to hear from people who have walked that path, done that journey, been there, done that, won a t-shirt, and have succeeded. That is why I said, you know what, thank God for free events, but I want to put a price to this because you cannot value what you don't sacrifice for.
Absolutely.
And I understand the game of value, right? And I'm like, it's not even the money, like literally, right? It is, guys, commit to yourself because when you do that, right, you cannot forget the impact that it tells on you because something from you, something has come out. You've exchanged something. So I said, you know what? Let's have this masterclass. Let's bring amazing people that are ready to pour out everything they have. And so I said, you know what? Let's do this in July. I incubated this idea in April. So trust me, the process of planning this entire event was just a month, right? But so much traction has been done already, right? In this masterclass, it's not just coming to come and teach you, show you, because it's a physical and a virtual masterclass. The physical masterclass is on the 8th, the virtual is on the 15th. So my why, so that I don't talk too much, like my why is that you must immerse yourself. If you're going to be good at anything, there must be immersion. And that immersion is you throw yourself to the deep end. You are not just picking and cherry picking knowledge. You are sitting down and everything, it may be like it's a lot and it's good. Let it be a lot
Yeah.
because you must immerse yourself, right? So that's the main why. And also because I want to have a much more deeper interface with my audience. So everybody knows Rosemond, right? She's that person. Once she posts, she looks good. She's amazing. From afar, I'm a fan. But I want to have a one-on-one with these guys, right?
Connection.
And
Yeah.
you know what? Yes, that one-on-one connection also is one of my reasons why I wanted to have this masterclass. And I'm looking forward towards also working with and mentoring some people who also want to also grow in this space because knowledge is not valuable until it is transferred. That's the point, right? So I want to use this opportunity to pour everything I have so that by the time we are moving to the next level, we know that there are people who can take over from what we have done and can even do better than what we've done. So that's my why.
Absolutely.
Short.
Amazing. Amazing why. Amazing why. And I want to say that if you call yourself a founder of a business, you cannot be a founder of a business because you know how to operate the business. I mean, you know about maybe, for example, now you're into maybe you're into SaaS now, software as a service, for example. You can't be a founder because you know about that software. You have to know about legal. You have to know about finance. You have to know about marketing. You have to know about human resource management. So you don't have to do those things. If I'm giving you a report as maybe the director of finance, how would you know what I'm talking about if you don't have an idea about it? So I've always argued, and that's what I do. I know about marketing, I know about tech, I know about a few things that if I ask my vendors for reports, we can speak the same language. So that is the idea.
Mhm.
And in our country, Nigeria, if you want to start building big businesses, you have to start building people that have
Yeah.
big capacity. You cannot have a capacity that is just that thing that's certain matter I think you can do well. You can't do well. You can't compete with the likes of Mark, the likes of Jack, the likes of these guys. You can't. You need to know these things. Even though at some point you bring in core experts to handle specific areas, but you need to be good
Yeah.
at what you do. And one of those ways she just told you have to immerse yourself in knowledge. But Rosemond, now to ask you a question. Now, you have spoken very well, and I agree. I know
Mm.
my audience agree with what you're saying. But why should if I come to this course now, for example,
Yeah.
as a startup, and I'm a busy guy,
Yeah.
what is that thing I would learn that will set me apart that I've not
Mm.
learned from your online compliance? I mean, you have a lot of videos on YouTube and on LinkedIn. You events twice a month, live free.
Yeah.
That thing, or there's some on Google, YouTube, I cannot find online. I mean, tell me that
Mm.
thing. If I come there, give my 5 hours on the 8th of July and another 5 hours on the 15th of July, what's that thing that I would say I got value for my time and the money spent?
Okay, so I'm going to put them into five things, and these are five things that I have highlighted already. And I've said it already in passing, which is there is a certain level of clarity that you don't get. Okay, maybe I did use the word clarity, so I'm going to use it as my number one. There's a certain level of clarity you don't get until you fully throw yourself or immerse yourself. So I've said that as number one already.
Yeah.
Now, what are you going to get? Now, beautifully and amazingly, we've entered into a new dispensation, whether you like it or not. The
Renewed
past
hope.
government is over. Right. And guess what? The government is just signing acts into laws like pure water.
Everything. Someone said
Every
that is that yes, they will break Guinness World Record very soon. Was signed every day. They're signing something
signing
new,
laws. Let
and
me
it's a good
tell you
thing though.
something.
Actually, it's a good thing. Really, it's good. It's a good thing. To be
I'm
let's
coming
be
there.
honest, it's a
Let
good
me
thing.
tell you something. Business, the way we know it, is about to change radically because there are
Absolutely.
lots of things that have happened now that a lot of businesses are still sleeping, like they don't understand the impact. It's one thing to see on the news that we have a new Data Protection Act. How does it affect you now? How will it
Mm,
affect you in 5 years' time? What are you currently doing as a business that you are already in trouble already, but you don't know? I was just
mm.
Ceci, we're having a conversation before this call, and they're talking
Yeah,
about lawyers when they are charging fees. And there's the
yeah,
new Legal Practitioners Remuneration Act or
yeah.
rules basically states that a lawyer who charges below 10% for a land transaction is going to be guilty of an offense. What does that mean? There are people who are currently doing it now because
Misconduct.
there was
Yeah.
no there was no specific pronouncement on it. They don't already know that they are in problem, they are in trouble.
Mm,
So if I'm going to summarize why you need this and what you're going to gain is we've literally done a deep dive on all the laws that have been recently passed. We've done a critical and skeletal assessment of every single law and how it
wow.
would affect the common Nigerian business startup or business founder. So it's like not only are you coming to learn corporate governance, you're also coming to learn realities that are waiting for you are already in place.
Mm,
In one of the videos that I released when I was talking about the masterclass is, as it stands, we have already like 8 legislations on ground. Everybody has been shouting startup act, startup act. That one don't come, don't go. Do you understand? We're entering into the season
yeah,
of implementation now. I think
yeah.
in I don't know if it's section 9 or so, that talks about the fact that for a startup to benefit from that act, you must have labeled status. And for you to be labeled under the Startup Act, there are certain criteria. Now, if you do not know that, you can easily just Google online and you will miss it out. But when you are sitting in a place where you can ask these questions, you have the
Yeah.
Business Facilitation Act, right? That was signed sometime in February, I think February 13. That one Business Facilitation Act amended 21 laws. And I say it again, 21,
Wow. Wow.
including
Wow.
including the Companies and Allied Matters Act that everybody is shouting is a new law. Things have changed though. About 6 provisions in that law have changed. Significant provisions that have to do with shareholders and their responsibilities and a couple of other things. 21 legislations. You have a
Wow.
new Copyright Act. So for the
Yeah.
guys that are creating, you are building app, you are building software, it's your
Creatives.
intellectual
Yeah.
property. We have a new Copyright Act that has placed some certain limitations on some certain things, right? We have a Data Protection Act that was signed. Do you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying, right? So the point is, you
Arbitration
need
too
to
is there.
Arbitration and Mediation Act. Thank
Federation
you,
Act.
right? And the law before this last act was like 23 years old. So what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say is that the economy is going to change.
True. True.
I can already, like, a lot of things are going to change. The
Yeah.
question to the startup founder or the business person watching this is that, do you even know what the changes are, first of all? Do you
Hmm.
know how they impact you? So beautifully, and I think I consider this to be our biggest win in organizing this event, is that we have the Nigerian Data Protection Commission coming all the way from Abuja. It's not as if they cannot sit down in their office and do a virtual class. They are flying down to Lagos for this master class. The commission that was just
Hmm.
established a week ago and is the apex controller of data policy and data privacy laws in the country. Why do you
Hmm.
want to miss asking them specific things and positioning yourself well? If you have a startup and you are processing data, do you know that immediately you can easily begin to just sign up, or they can bring some documents or some things that will immediately put you under their system, that you can get guidance and structure for?
Yeah.
I have so many things to say, but I will stop here. But I'm just saying that this is not a masterclass that anybody should miss. Yeah.
Man,
I'm,
I can't
I'm
see.
just saying.
I mean, I don't want to say I'm speechless, literally speechless, because what I'm hearing, and guess what, guys, I'll be there. Like, yeah, she's my friend though, but because I believe that there's no end to not learning, and the more you learn, the more you can earn. The more you learn,
Mm,
the more some doors can be opened. So why don't you come and be in an environment where you can ask these questions, you can get clarity, have more network, meet. You know what it
yeah.
means to meet a regulator? What it
Hmm.
means to meet a regulator and have a contact of regulator. It's not what people pay millions. I mean, people literally pay millions to access this kind of thing. And what Rosemond is even talking about, if you have to approach Rosemond for advisory, for retainership, you pay in millions. I'm not trying to cap you, I'm just telling you the reality. These are not cheap services. But you are getting this thing for 70,000 naira for 2 days, and that sets you on the
Bam,
right tone for the rest of the
bam.
year
For
and for the
real.
rest of this new
Decades.
dispensation.
Hmm.
No, the truth is that you can have different political leanings and divides, but one thing is certain in Nigeria now: things are not going to be the same. Irrespective of whoever is in power, the economy is getting big. Africa is crying for Nigeria to rise, and it is not a matter of political party. It's a matter of, look, these things have to be done. Whoever is in power, these laws have to be passed, and it's going to have a massive impact on your business. You know, as a lawyer, a
Yes.
few years ago, it was not easy to incorporate a company online. It was not possible. Right now, can you incorporate a company in 2 or 3 days in this Nigeria without leaving your office? Lawyers that didn't pivot, that didn't migrate, that didn't learn that system, they have been left behind. That's just an example of how things are changing, and this is just scratching the surface. More things to study. So my if you're out there and watching this live show, I want to encourage you. If you know anybody into startup, who has a company, who has a business, and they want to do well, they want to expand. You can say all the bad things about Nigeria, but one thing you cannot say wrong about this country is that it might be late. We are trying to make amends. We are trying to right the wrongs of the past. We are trying to make the young people in this country in startup in tech. They have a platform to compete with the rest of the world. And these laws are the foundation we need. So if you don't have somebody that will guide you, advise you, mentor you, give you that knowledge, you're already playing catch up. And you're competing with guys in US, Silicon Valley, guys in Germany, in Japan, in Nairobi, in Cairo. You're not competing with Lagosians. They're competing with the globe. So if in your own country, you're already behind, how do you catch up with those who are already in other climes, who are doing well, who have these systems that are organized, and they have these things, already set up for them? You are already playing catch up, and you will not have a chance to scale. So that's my point. So guys, please, if you are watching this video, I want you to sign up for this course. Go to Rosemond's profile, and you see a
Link in
link
bio.
to sign up for this course. It is 70,000 naira. I'm not marketing this course.
Physical.
I'm just telling you,
Physical.
because
And there's
if
the
you call
launch.
Rosemond after the
Hey.
course, you are going to pay legal fees. And for a lawyer, don't
Yep.
talk for free. Before she gives you advice, you will pay her for consultation. Then you now pay her for the actual work she wants to do for you. So this is a chance to see her one on one. You not pay. And that day, I'm going to you call me that you charge that day. I know you know that daddy, you won't charge anybody fee that day. You won't charge, right? Am I correct? You won't charge. Aha!
Nah,
So
nah.
how you miss out on this? In Nigeria, I'll say, don't sleep on this. Rosemond, we are almost 40 minutes into this discussion. So let me ask you one final question before we go. I
Mm-hmm.
know that you talk about this masterclass, but where is it happening? I mean, how will it happen? Who are the people that are coming? I mean, just give us the expo. Let's know
Yeah,
now. That if you are
my
undecided,
destination.
maybe we'll now know that, oh, for what you have said, you have been able to convince me and not confuse me that I should sign up for this class. So tell us the other things God said.
All right. So there's so for those who register, the masterclass, as much as it's 2 days,
Yeah.
it's so those who pay have access to 2 days, whether it's physical or
Okay.
virtual. The
Yeah.
physical class is on the 8th of July. It's happening physically. It's in Lagos. It's on the island. It's in Ikoyi. That's all I can say. Right. Specific venues will be released to those when their money drops, right? And
Yeah.
we confirm their registration. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's happening there. Like I said, all the regulators will be there. We have guys like Axelia Consulting coming that they already have they literally specialize in training people how to be compliance officers. They are offering amazing discounts to all the attendees and participants. Literally,
Wow.
sometimes some of their services are even going to be given for ridiculous amounts. They have compliance calendars, they have compliance templates that it is plug and play. Once you have that template, take it to your organization, plug and play. Coming with those
Hmm.
templates, right? Because they're one of our partners and sponsors of the event, right? We have Tech Hive Advisory, right? They are literally offering 4 scholarships to people who apply for the masterclass. I announced that on my LinkedIn. That's why you guys need to be engaging, right? I announced that on my LinkedIn page this morning. And if you know Tech Policy Advisory, they are one of the highest data policy advisors when it comes to
Yeah.
Africa. I'm sure
Yeah.
you've heard of Ridwan Oloyede and Deji Sorumi. They are the
Hmm.
co-founders of Tech Hub Advisory, and their representatives are going to be there. They are even going to be speaking at
Wow.
masterclass, not just me.
Wow.
You see everybody see my face, Rosemond. No, they are going to be coming and they are going to be speaking at the masterclass, and they're going to speak on a very interesting topic that can also help compliance officers as well and people who are into data policy and all that. We have Tech Policy Advisory, who also offered 2 scholarships already to people who
Hmm.
applied. The application period has already closed. I announced that like last week.
Wow.
So they are also going to be present with their materials. They are going to be on the spot for you to consult without any additional and extra charges. I've already mentioned that the Nigeria Data Protection Commission are going to be there. We are going to have them coming. And so I'm definitely excited and looking forward to that. So we're literally going. And then we have Gabriel Balogun of Asile and Eden. Gabriel Balogun is currently the Learning and Development Officer of Money Point Microfinance. Everybody knows Money Point. He's actually going to be teaching everyone that comes to that masterclass learning point and strategies of implementation. So it's not just to teach you and teach you slides. You're literally going to have a framework that's going to be designed for you specially, and you are going to use it to start implementing those governance processes in your organization because he has done that and he's still doing that for Money Points MFB, right?
Wow.
And so many more. There's going to be a certificate of attendance for all the participants. There's going to be lunch, at least something light, to wash the stress
I love
down.
food.
There are going to be networking sessions, and there's going to be an extra surprise. I'm not going to say that yet. It's going to be a
Hmm.
surprise.
This is
There's-
loaded, man. I mean, it's low. I mean, I'm going to be coming that day, but it appears that she won't pay because, man, what
I
I'm
need to
hearing
I
is
need to
just
add this. I need to add this. The entire event is going to be recorded, the physical class as well as the virtual class. And after today, it's not going for the same amount. It's going to be double of that. Double. And I mean that. Double or nothing. Double as a minimum. Yeah, I just thought to mention that. So those who come and pay for this masterclass are going to get the recordings of the class, right? They're going to get the
wow.
recordings of the class, so you can always have that information. But for those that did not attend and want to pay for the recordings after, it's going to be a lot. Just forgot to mention.
Wake up! Don't sleep. I say Nigeria, don't sleep on it, man. If you are head so far, what people have said, I are still like, am I sure? Am I not sure? Don't be sure, not sure. Go right to our profile and click. You see a link there. Just click that link, register for this course. Swipe your card, pay, like just pay. Let them debit you. So you credit with all this value. Because if you don't debit, you never credit, right? Rosemond, you've
Yeah,
spoken
preach.
so eruditely, you've given value. But even this session itself has been amazing. Nosa said knowledge sharing. I mean, knowledge cares not valuable until it is transferred. Yes, knowledge is not valuable until it is transferred. That's so if you don't get that knowledge into yourself and transfer it, you apply it, it's not valuable. And you need to know more. Marvelous says yes, value comes with a price we would pay for it. So that's if you're going to be good at anything, you must immerse yourself into it. Guys, Nigeria is moving. We're in the era of renewed hope. If you don't, you just stay there, the train will pass you by. And I mean, you don't have anybody to blame. So please, I want you to click the link in Redmond's bio and register for that course. Don't sleep on it. You miss me there, she'll be there. We also come around there and we'll network, we'll learn, we'll immerse ourselves in knowledge, we'll grow. I will go back to the society and build businesses that will be resilient, that will stand the test of time, that will employ people, that would be sustainable. But you must build yourself first before you can now build into the ecosystem. Rosemond, you've spoken so well. I want to give you for questions. If you have a question there, you can type it in the chat box. I've not seen any questions so far, so maybe we don't have any questions. This is 8th of July and 15th of July in Lagos, Ikoyi. The venue will be sent to everyone that registers. You get the venue in your email. You have to attend it. And 15th of July is the virtual class. We have a virtual session online, and we'll round up the session. So please sign up to attend the event. And we'll have these discussions on Twitter Space and also on IG Live next week Friday, next week Saturday and Sunday. So that's like a few days before the event. We'll have discussions there. We'll have other people coming to share their thoughts, and we'll have a wonderful, robust discussion. So please follow Rosemond on LinkedIn, connect with her, send her a request. She's going to, you see her post, she's post a lot of content about corporate law, about compliance, about startup. You get to learn from Rosemond, and you get to, just have that connection within your feed. Get to see free value from Rosemond every time on LinkedIn. Also, follow me on LinkedIn, Sesi Hundeyin, Investor Jimmy. I share about real estate law, but it's real estate about Miss Rosemond today. So please follow us, follow her. I want to see you at that event. And I'm very sure that you will have a testimonial about how that event, helped you to grow and you became better at what you do as a startup and as a business. So, guys, till come your way again next week, Saturday on IG Live. I mean, on Twitter Space, and Saturday on IG Live, on Sunday, sorry, on IG Live. Keep being amazing, keep being wonderful. And I want to assure you that as long as you're investing in yourself, is definitely going to get better. Have a wonderful weekend, guys, and see you soon.
Thank you so much, guys. Looking forward to seeing you. If you have questions, slide into my DM. If you have questions, I'm definitely going to be available for you. So thank you very much, everyone. Super excited, super excited. Have an amazing evening and bye for now. Bye.